right, we're going to start on our backs, but not in constructive rest today. We're going to start in a little, what will almost look like Shavasana, but we're not going to go into that deep relaxation. So you're just going to extend your legs long. Think about hip or shoulder distance apart, just to a comfortable distance. Come down onto your back. Give a second to let everything kind of settle in. And then we're going to let the hands drop down alongside the body, but see if you can flip the palms so that your palms are facing down and pressing the backs of your arms into the ground. All right, so laying down flat on the back, legs long, feet about hip width distance apart, hands alongside the body, palms facing down, and then see if you can just tune in for a second. Press into your arms so that the arms are pressing gently into the earth. And then as you press your arms into the ground, notice your chest, notice your belly, notice your ribs, notice your back. So as you press, you might feel the sensation of your back or the middle of your back kind of lifting away from the floor. So now can you pull your ribs down, firm up your center just a little bit, and we just want to kind of feel that engaged connection against the floor. Feet can be flexed or in a slightly relaxed position, whichever feels like a better way to go. And then just start to tune in and notice the points of your body that are connected to the ground. So hopefully you're finding the backs of the ribs, maybe your tailbone, a big chunk of your butt, maybe some part of the backs of your thighs, maybe the backs of your calves. So the backs of your knees are probably slightly lifted off the ground. Heels are touching the ground, back of your head touching the ground. And then see if you can just spread your fingers just a little bit wider, really to increase that connection point to the earth. And then in this slightly engaged position, just take a couple nice deep breaths. And then as you start to breathe here, feeling that slight bit of engagement, so the body is still slightly engaged, notice the slight and subtle changes of your connection points as you breathe in and breathe out. So just notice where your back is touching the floor. Take your inhale. And then notice the changes as you exhale. Notice your back connected to the floor. Take a nice big inhale. And then notice the subtle changes as you exhale. Two more cycles of breath here, just tuning in, noticing the connection points in the back of your body. Awesome. And then before we start to move or engage the body any further from here, just take a moment to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. And then with that intention set, let your awareness come back down to your feet. So your feet are about hip or shoulder distance apart. And we're going to bring a little bit of life into the feet if it isn't already there. So imagine that your feet are standing on the ground. So there's a little bit of a flex of the feet, not a deep flex like you're pulling the toes in towards the body, just the natural flex of the feet. Imagine that you're in your Tadasana, but on the ground. So feet are in a flex position. Back is nice and firm against the floor. And then we're going to take our awareness just to the right foot. So left foot's going to stay as stationary as it can. And then you're just going to start to inhale, pull your right toes in toward you. So a deep flexion of the foot. And then exhale and point your toes away. Left foot's going to stay as stable as you can keep it. Inhale, pull the right toes in, flex the foot. Exhale and point the toes away. Inhale, pull the toes in. Exhale, point the toes away. Inhale, flex the foot, deep flex, and hold it just for an extra second. and then point the toes away and then hold that just for an extra second. And then bring that foot to that natural flex, back to both feet in that flex position so it feels like your feet are standing on the ground. Now right foot's going to stay stationary and we're going to work into the left foot. Inhale and pull the toes in, flex the foot. Exhale and point the toes away. Right foot's going to stay nice and stable. Inhale and pull the left toes in. Exhale and point the toes away. Inhale, pull the toes in. Exhale to point the toes away. Inhale to pull the toes in. Exhale and point the toes away. On this next inhale, pull the toes in, go just a little bit further, hold it for an extra second, and then point the toes away, go just a little bit further and hold it for an extra second. And then release it back so both feet are in that neutral flexed position. And then take a minute to bring your awareness up to your arms. Inhale, and you're just gonna lift your right arm up alongside your ear. And then exhale, bring the hand back down alongside your body. Inhale and lift your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, bring it back down alongside your body. On this next one, as you inhale and lift your arm up, notice the backs of your ribs and see if you can keep your ribs pinned to the ground as you raise your arm up, and then lower it back down alongside your body. Keeping the ribs pinned down. Inhale, raise your arm up. And exhale, lower it back down. Nice. And then keep the right hand down. We're going to move over to the left. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale and lower it back down alongside your body. Inhale to lift your arm up. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale and lift, and this time pay attention to your back of your ribs. Keep your ribs pinned to the earth. Exhale, lower your arm back down. Inhale to lift your arm up. Exhale to lower it back down. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, lifting up, keeping the ribs pinned down to the ground. And exhale to lower back down. Beautiful. Now step your feet in. So feet are going to be in a bent knee position, heels a little closer to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart. Give a second to just rearrange your tailbone and your shoulder blades to make sure everything feels good. And then with the hands back down alongside the hips, we're going to move into pelvic tilt. As you exhale, press your low back into the ground. Inhale to release to the natural curve of your back. Exhale to press your low back down. Inhale to release. Exhale to press. Inhale to release. Exhale to press. Inhale to release. Do that one more time. Exhale, press your low back down. Inhale, release to the natural curve of your back. And then we're going to move into both arms. So as you inhale, arms are going to reach up alongside your ears, both arms together. Exhale, bring the hands back down alongside the hips. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale to lower your arms down. One more just like that. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale to lower down. Awesome. And then we're just going to raise the right arm up. So we got left arm down, right arm up. And now we're going to take our arms and they're going to meet in the middle. So as you inhale, arms are going to meet in the middle of the chest. And then exhale, left arm's going to reach up, right hand's going to reach down. Inhale, both arms are going to meet in the middle. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, meet in the middle. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to meet in the middle. And then we switch, exhale and lower down. Beautiful. One more time each side. Inhale, meet in the middle. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to meet in the middle. And exhale to lower down. Great. And then bring your upper arm back down alongside your hips. And then we're going to take a couple of rolling bridges here. So as you inhale, you're going to curl the tailbone up, lifting up, but think about rolling up through the spine. And then gently roll down with your exhale. Think upper back, middle back, low back, hips touch the ground. Inhale and roll up. Lift the tailbone. Think low back, middle back, upper back. And then as you exhale, lower down upper back, middle back, low back. Nice. Inhale and roll up. Exhale and roll down. 2 more just like that. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to roll down. Awesome. Last one here. Inhale to roll up. And exhale to roll down. Beautiful. And now we're going to pull the arms and the legs in all together. So as you inhale, you're going to lift the hips up and arms are going to reach up alongside your ears or just as far as they like to go. And then as you exhale, arms are going to lower down, hips are going to lower down, and see if you can let them meet at the bottom in connection with the breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale and lower it back down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. 2 more just like that, and just follow your breath rhythm. Go as fast or as slow as your breath naturally goes. And then the next time you lower down, stay down, pull both knees up into your chest, give yourself a light little squeeze and maybe a gentle rock side to side. Cool. And now we're going to take it into some alternating knee pulls. So you're going to hold onto your right knee, send your left leg long, keep the heel hovering off the ground, and then switch. Left knee pulls in and right leg extends long. And then we're just going to start to find a little rhythm here, pulling one knee in and then the other. Bringing a little bit of movement into the hips, but then also noticing, how do your knees feel? How is your back feeling? Take one more time each side or even yourself out. And then the next time you pull the right knee into your chest, hang on to the right knee, let your left leg go nice and long and let the heel find the floor. And then we're going to take the right knee and think supine twist. So you're going to bring it over and across the body and then pull it right back into your center. And then just start to let your right arm open out nice and wide. Pull the right knee over and across the body, bring it back to center. Pull the knee over and across the body, bring it back to center. Pull it over and across the body and bring it back to center. Then regrab with both hands, take that knee, draw it in circles, go in one direction. And then take the knee and draw it in circles, go the other way. Nice. And then we're going to open the hip up just a little bit. So take that knee out to the right, towards the right shoulder, out and around the ribs, and then circle your foot in one direction. Beautiful. And then circle your foot the other way. Lovely. And then take that right knee over and across the body again. This time we're going to take it into supine twist all the way. So let your right arm open out. Right knee is over to the left. Turn your head to the right. Take 3 nice big breaths here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, pull your right knee back into the chest. Bring the left knee into meet. So both knees are into the chest. And then hold on to the left knee. Send your right leg long. Take it all the way down to the ground. And now we're going to work on that left knee. So we're going to take the left knee over and across the body. Let your left arm open out nice and wide. Bring it back in. Take the left knee over and across the body and bring it back in. Take the left knee over and across the body and bring it back in. Regrab the knee with both hands. Draw the knee in circles. Go in one direction. Awesome. And then draw your knee in circles. Go the other way. Beautiful. And then take that knee to the outside. So outside of the ribs towards the left shoulder, open the hip up just a little bit, and then circle your foot in one direction. And then circle your foot the other way. Beautiful. Foot comes to stillness, and now we take it into a full supine twist. So left knee over and across the body, left arm opens wide, turn your head to the left. Take 3 nice big breaths here. When you're ready, on your next inhale, pull the left knee into your chest, bring the right knee into meet. So both knees in, give a little hug, a little squeeze. And then we're going to set the left foot down with the left knee in a bent position. Release your hands and send your right heel up towards the sky. We're going to put a little point into the foot. So just a little life or energy out through the toes. And then keeping that fairly straight leg position, we're just going to start some leg lifts. So you're just going to lift and lower the leg, finding a little bit of a rhythm, anchoring into your left foot and letting most of the work come out of the abdominal muscles. So we want to keep our hips steady and anchored on the floor. Left foot is nice and firmly anchored. Shoulders and the backs of the arms are pressing into the ground. Beautiful. One more lift and lower of the leg. And then the next time it comes up towards the ceiling, go ahead and bend that foot, set it down onto the ground, and then reset for the other side. So we're going to pick that left leg up, point the toes, so just a little energy out through the toes, and then keep a fairly long leg position, lower the leg down, and then lift it back up. And then away we go, finding a nice gentle rhythm here, keeping your right leg firmly anchored, arms are pressing into the earth, hip bones are nice and stable. Take one more lift and lower here. And then the next time the leg lifts up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, gently place the foot down onto the ground. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Walk your heels a little closer to the butt, hands alongside the hips. One bridge here. Inhale, lift your hips up nice and high. Hold it up there, just nice and steady. Think about pushing your knees towards your toes. So we're going to lengthen through the knees. Feel that little bit of length through the tops of the thighs. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, lower down with control. We're going to pull both knees up to the chest and then crisscross the ankles. See if you can reach around and reach around the outsides of the thighs and grab the tops of the toes. And start with a little gentle rock side to side. Nice. And then from here, we're going to start to find a little rock and roll from tailbone to top of head. Take a couple of rocks and rolls, massage the length of the spine. And then once you feel good and ready, take a little momentum, come all the way up to Sukhasana or up to a comfortable seated position, whichever works best for you. And then give a second to kind of settle in, wiggle into your sits bones, soften your shoulders down. And then once you're there, just take a second, close your eyes. Notice the floor underneath your seat. Notice the air on your skin. Great. And then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to reach over and across and just see if you can locate the side of your ribs. So reaching over so that we cross that midline so we get our brain involved as well. So you're going to reach over and then spread your fingers nice and wide and just fan them across the ribs. And then close your eyes down, take a nice big inhale and just tune into the breath in that side of your body. Exhale nice and slow. Inhale a nice big breath. Feel the movement of the skin. Exhale nice and slow. Inhale, nice big breath. Feel the movement in the rib bones and the intercostal muscles. Exhale nice and slow. And then see if you can get a sense or just tune into the movement of your lungs. So take a nice big inhale, nice slow exhale. Awesome. And then release that hand down to the ground. Take your right arm, reach it up nice and high. Take a side bend here. Take 3 nice big breaths and see if you can tune back into that space that your hand was just touching. Take a nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Lovely. And then when you're ready, lift up into that tall neutral position. And now we're going to take the right hand, reach over and across, fan your fingers out, find those ribs, and then take a moment to close your eyes down, tune back into your breath. Take a nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Inhale and notice the nice giving movement of your skin underneath your hands. On your next inhale, see if you can tune in and notice the movement of the ribs and the muscles. And then on your next inhale, can you tune in and notice or get the idea of noticing your lungs connected to the breath? Nice. And then when you're ready, release that hand down to the ground, reach your other arm up, take that nice big side bend, and then see if you can tune in again and notice the breath in the side of your body. Beautiful. Take one more breath. When you're ready, lift up and right into a seated twist. Right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, get nice and tall. And then release and take your twist over to the other side. Catch your knee, hand behind you. Inhale and get nice and tall. Lovely. When you're ready, unwind. We're going to send the legs out in front of us with a super giant bend in the knees, feet about hip or shoulder width distance apart. Take a couple of gentle windshield wipers here. Nice. One more little windshield wiper side to side, or just kind of even yourself out. And then we're going to take it into a little zigzag seat or deer seat. So we're going to swing the legs to one side, one leg in front, one leg out to the side. Get your sits bones nice and situated. And then once you found your way there, we're going to walk out just as far as feels good, just to the point where you feel sensation. So tune in, notice your knees, notice your hips, notice your back. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, walk yourself up nice and slow. Keep your legs in that zigzag position. The leg that's in front, that hand is going to touch the ground and the other hand's going to sweep up. So we're going to press into the tops of the legs and the knees, lift up, and then release yourself back down. That hand's going to touch the ground and take a little side bend. So think a little half mermaid on one side, hand touches back down. We're going to sweep the hand up, lift the hips, look to the sky, and then release that hand back down. Take it into a little counter side bend. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Hand touches the ground. We sweep the arm up, lift the hips, and then release that down. Take that little counter side bend. Awesome. And then we're going to take our body and rotate. So think where the front leg is, rotate towards that front leg, hands to the ground, press into your fingertips, lift your chest, take one more breath. Beautiful. And then unwind, lean back into your sits bones, swing those legs around, and find that zigzag seat to the other side. Give yourself a second to get there. Make sure your knees feel good. And then when you're ready, walk yourself out to a depth that feels nice to you. Once you find a little sensation, pause there and notice. Notice your back, notice your knees, notice your hips. Take one more breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, nice and easy, walk yourself back up. Hand that's in leg in front, that hand's going to touch the ground. We're going to sweep the arms up, press into the tops of the knees, lift the hips. Beautiful. And then release it down and take that little counter side bend. Nice. Float that hand down. Inhale, sweep the arm up, lift the hips. Release it down and take that counter side bend. Beautiful. One more just like that. Hand down, inhale, sweep and lift the hips. Beautiful. Float it down, take that counter side bend. And then both hands are going to walk around to the leg that's in front. Rotate both hands to the side. Press firm into the fingertips, lift the chest, lift your gaze, take a nice big breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, release, swing your legs out in front of you with a soft bend in the knees. So we're going to keep a little bit of protection into the back of the legs. Take a nice big breath, lift up and over, exhale and reach toward your toes. Does not matter if you touch your toes, but see if you can find just a little sensation in the back of the legs. So we keep the knees bent, but we want to feel just a gentle tug in the backs of the legs. Take a nice big breath. Slow breath out. Awesome. And then walk yourself up nice and slow. We're going to swing those legs around and find our way into a tabletop position or come on to all fours. So knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And we're going to play around with our Hasta Bandha. So that little connection or that energetic connection right at the center of your palm. So if you can, spread your fingers on the ground, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat. And then I want you to imagine up that the palms of your hands are straws and you're going to suck up from the palms of the hands. Feel your fingertips press a little deeper into the earth and then see if you can relax your palms again. And then suck up from the palms and then see if you can just imagine that sucking up into the shoulder blades. So bring a little broadness into the shoulder blades. And then relax again. Soften the palms, soften your fingers. One more time, just like that. So we press into the fingertips, suck up from the palms, bring it all the way up into the shoulders, broaden the shoulders. And then from here, keeping that broadness in the shoulders, firm up your belly, pull your abdominal muscles up just a little bit further, gaze down between your thumbs, take a nice big conscious breath. Cool. And then shift your body weight or slightly over into your left hand so that you can pick your right hand up and give your right hand a good vigorous shake. Awesome. And then set that hand down, shift your weight onto the right hand, pick your left hand up and give your left hand a good vigorous shake. Nice. And then set the left hand down with that tabletop position, curl both sets of toes under and just start to find a rock forward and back, pressing your butt back towards your heels and then bringing your shoulders back in line with your wrists. And then as you find this movement here, now can you also engage that Hasta Bandha, lifting from the center of your palms, engaging the fingertips, but still keeping that rocking forward and back. Nice. And now the next time your butt comes back to the heels, stay here for an extra breath or two. Relax your palms, relax your fingers, soften your elbows. Let your weight get a little heavier into your heels. Take one more breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, lift up, release your toes. We're going to take it right into spinal balance. So left hand, right leg are going to slide out. Firm up your center and then lift up away from the floor. Gaze down at the floor. So we have that nice long neck, nice steady posture, nice sturdy breath. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then release that all down with control. Once you're all the way down, bop your hips a little bit side to side like you're trying to drop your hips towards the earth. Nice. And then the next time you bring those hips to center, firm everything up. Pull up from the soles of the palms, broaden the shoulders, gaze down at the floor, slide your left leg and right hand forward and out. And then when you're ready, lift up and then find that firmness in your center, that nice sturdiness in your breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, nice and easy, release it back down to the ground. We're going to come into extended child's pose. Big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat. pull your butt back to your heels. Let everything soften down. Belly, chest, forehead, everything melts down to the ground. Let your fingers soften, let your arms relax. And then see if you can just tune back into your breath here, noticing the breath in the backside of your body. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully start to lift yourself back up into a tabletop position. And as it is 7:30, if you've got to get on with the rest of your day, I hope that it's awesome. But if you're sticking around, curl your toes under, start to find your way up to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up nice and high and start to pedal out the legs, bending one knee and pressing into the opposite heel. Take one or two more pedals of the legs. And then when you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a forward fold position at the top of your mat. Nice. And we're going to let our fingertips touch the floor, and then we're going to bend the knees, draw the butt down just a little bit, and then lift the butt up and let your head drop down. Bend your knees, let your head lift slightly, and then lift the butt up, let your head drop down. Nice. One more just like that. Bend your knees, let your head lift, and then lift your butt up and let your head drop down. Beautiful. And then with a soft bend in the knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position. Take your time as you find your way up, and then give a second as you come to standing to get yourself all settled in. Find your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Feet are about hip or shoulder width distance apart, toes and knees pointing fairly forward, shoulders down and back, lifting up through the crown of your head. Pause for a moment in that mountain pose position. Take a nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Next inhale, you're going to let the shoulders lift up to the ears, get a little squeeze in the muscles alongside the neck, and then exhale, shoulders soften down. Inhale and let the shoulders lift. Exhale, shoulders soften down. One more just like that. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale, shoulders soften down. Nice. And then we're going to take it down into the feet. Inhale, lift your heels up away from the floor. Does not matter how high they go. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale to lift the heels up away from the floor. Exhale to lower back down. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. Nice. Inhale, raise your arms up, grab that imaginary beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink into a little chair, bring your butt down and back. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to cactus your arms, open your chest, look to the sky. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to sink into a chair. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink into your chair, stay here. So we're going to sink our weight down just a little bit further, and then can you shift your weight over to your left foot and pick your right knee up? So big toe comes away from the floor. Nice. And then set that foot down, shift your weight over to your right foot. Can you pick your left foot up? And then set that foot down. Take a second to rearrange your chair, make sure everything feels good. And then we're going to swim the hands back. So hands are going to reach alongside the hips, lengthen through the crown of your head. So nice long neck. And then we're going to lift the heels up away from the floor. Does not matter how high they go, but see if you can just find a little engagement. Strengthen your feet, strengthen your ankles, strengthen your legs. Take one more breath. And then release your heels down. Inhale, bring everything up and overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands behind the back, like you're placing your hands into your back pockets. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, lift your gaze, hips come forward slightly. Take a nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. And then release back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold everything down. Knees bent or straight, whichever feels better to you here. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Step the right leg back into a high lunge. So the heel is going to stay lifted. Knee stays lifted. Lift your fingertips away from the floor. Find your strength first. And then once you feel like you've got some stability, raise your arms up. Take a nice big breath. Lovely. Float your hands back down to the ground, framing your front foot. We're going to take 3 bends and straightens of that front leg. So just a little bit to find a little length in the back of the leg. Nothing extreme. We don't want to yank against the hamstring. Nice. And then the next time you bend that knee into your lunge, bring the back knee down. So we lower that lunge, release your back toes. Right hand's going to stay on the ground. Left hand's going to reach for a little twist. Awesome. And then float that left hand back down to the ground. Take 3 half splits here. Pull the hips back and then rock yourself forward. Pull back and rock forward. Lovely. One more just like that. Coming forward into that low lunge. As you inhale, you're going to raise your arms up and look up. Nice. And then release those hands back down to the ground. Curl the back toes under. Pick your back knee up. Step the front foot back to a plank. Lower both knees down to the ground. Lower with control onto your belly. Inhale up to 1 cobra. Lift the heart just as high as you like. Exhale to lower down. Push your way up into a tabletop position and into a spinal balance. So right leg, left arm are going to reach out nice and long. Beautiful. Lower it back down with control. Take it to the other side. Left leg, right arm are going to reach out nice and long. And then bring it back down. Nice. Curl both toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to a forward fold position. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, high lunge. The heel stays lifted, knee stays lifted. Lift your fingertips away from the floor. Find your stability first. And then once you feel like you've got it, reach your arms up. One more breath. Nice. And then float your hands down, frame the front foot, 3 bends and straightens of that front leg. Just go a little bit to the point where you feel a little sensation in the back of the leg, but nothing extreme. Nice. And then the next time you come forward into that lunge, bring that back knee down, release your toes. Left hand's going to stay on the ground. Right hand's going to reach up for a little twist. Beautiful. Bring that hand down. 3 half splits here. Rock yourself back and then bring yourself forward. Nice. 2 more just like that. Beautiful. Come forward into that low lunge. Anchor into your legs. Inhale, raise your arms up and look up. Beautiful. And then float those hands down. Curl the back toes under. Pick that back knee up. Step it back to a plank. Lower your knees. Lower with control onto your belly. Inhale up to a cobra just as high as you like. Exhale to lower down. Push your way up into a tabletop position. Spinal balance. Left hand, right leg are going to slide out. Lift up. Nice. Release it with control. Take it to the other side. Left leg, right hand, reach out and up. Lovely. Lower it with control. Curl the toes under, exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to forward fold at the top of your mat. We're going to stay in this forward fold position, bend your knees a little bit, and then lift your right toes up. Slide your right hand underneath your foot. So your toes are going to meet your wrist crease. Press into the palm with your toes. And then lift your left foot up. Slide your left hand under. So we're coming into our gorilla position here. So both hands are slid under the feet. Press your toes into your palms. And then if it feels good, you're going to straighten your legs just as much as you like. Let your head drop down. Take a couple nice big breaths here. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, mindfully lift your feet off of your hands, releasing your fingers from underneath your feet. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position. Take a moment as you come on up to just kind of wriggle out your shoulders, wiggle out your fingers, give everything a good little gentle shake. And then we're going to bring our hands back into our back pockets, hug the elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, lift your gaze, hips come forward slightly. And then you're going to see how it feels to walk your hands down so you find the backs of the thighs. So just taking that back bend just a little bit further if it feels comfortable. Gaze is up or chin is going to tuck into the chest. Take one more breath. Nice. And then gently with control, lift yourself back up and find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, fold everything down. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to down dog. Right leg is going to come up into three-legged dog. We're going to bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Turn your foot in circles, go in one direction. And then turn your foot in circles, go the other way. Cool. Now from here, we're going to take this into a pigeon pose. So you're going to realign your hips, pull that knee up, and then drop it across your mat. And then settle your hips down. Walk that left leg back just as far as it likes to go. If this does not feel like a comfortable position, you're going to come back to that deer pose or that zigzag seat, if that feels like a better way to go. But if pigeon pose feels okay, come down elbows and forearms or into a sleeping pigeon position, anything that feels good, something that you can soften into. Make sure that that left leg feels comfortable. The left knee feels in a good position. And then just take a few moments here to tune back into your breath. Notice your inhale. Notice your exhale. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully start to walk yourself back up and in, walking your hands nice and close to that front shin. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your gaze so you find a little stretch through the front of the neck and the throat. Take one good breath here. Nice. And then bring their chin back down to level, curl the back toes under. We're going to pick that back knee up, send that front leg back to a three-legged dog. Shoot it up nice and high if you can. And then release it into your downward facing dog. Rearrange anything that you need to, reposition your hands, your feet, whatever the case may be. And then we're going to take that three-legged dog to the other side. So left leg is going to lift up nice and high. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Twirl your foot in one direction. And then twirl your foot the other way. Cool, and then we're gonna shift all of that around, bringing the left leg across your mat, coming to pigeon pose to the other side, sliding that right leg down and back, and getting yourself settled in here. Make sure that right leg feels good and comfortable. Once you've got everything in a good position, come down into a reclined position that feels right to you. Maybe elbows and forearms, maybe reaching long, maybe you stack your fists and let your forehead rest there, whatever feels good to you. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly start to bring yourself back up, walking your hands in so the hands come nice and close to the shin, and then lift through the chest, lift your gaze, lift your chin up, find that nice little stretch through the front of the neck and the throat. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then bring your chin back down to a level set, curl the back toes under, pick that back knee up. We're going to send that front leg back into three-legged dog. And then release it to downward facing dog. Take a second, rearrange your feet, rearrange your hands, take a pedal or two of the legs here. Nice. And then when you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a little forward fold position at the top of the mat, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up to standing, roll your shoulders down and back. You're going to take your right leg, step it across the left. We're going to line up the pinky toes so we get that little crisscross of the feet. And then with that right leg in front, left hand on your hip, right hand's going to reach up alongside your ear. Take a little side bend. Nice. And then bring it back to upright. And then we're going to walk it down. So walk your hands down your thigh, down your shins, down towards the floor. Let your hands dangle. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Come up nice and slow. Keep that crisscross of the legs. Right hand on the hip. Left hand reaches up. Take a side bend the other way. Cool. And then lift it up and we're going to take it into a little standing balance. So you're going to slide the right foot forward so that your feet line up like you've got your feet on railroad tracks. And then bend your knees just a little bit like you're picking up suitcases. And then you're going to pull all of that up. Lift your suitcases up and overhead. Firm up your center. Find a little balance here. Take one good breath. Nice. And then float your arms down. Release your suitcases, step your feet out, give everything a nice little shake. And then we're going to do that to the other side. So you're going to step your left leg across the right, line up your pinky toes. Right hand on the hip, left hand's going to reach up, take a nice side bend. Beautiful. Bring it back up and then we're going to walk it down. Walk down the thighs, maybe down the knees, down the shins. Maybe you find your toes, let your fingertips hang heavy. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Maybe even notice here the subtle variation that you felt on one side compared to the other. Take one more breath. And then start to come up nice and slow. Walk your hands back up. Take your time. Left hand's going to stay on the hip. Right hand's going to reach up. And we're going to take a side bend the other way. Beautiful. And then lift it up. And we're going to unwind those legs so we find that railroad track again. So slide your left foot forward. Line up the toes and the heels. And then bend your knees. Pick up your suitcases. Make a little grab with your hands. Pull up nice and strong. Firm up your center. Reach your arms up and overhead. Think about lifting yourself up and out of that wobble that's happening down in the legs. Take one good breath. Nice. And then float your hands down, unstep your legs, give everything a good shake, and then we're gonna find our way down to the ground. So unceremoniously, just sit your butt down onto the ground. Cool, and then with your butt down on the ground, we're gonna start by catching hold of the backs of the thighs, hang back just a little bit, and then firm up your belly. Lift your feet up away from the ground. Then see if you can float those feet up just a little bit higher. Nice. So we're going to hold on to the left leg, release your grab from the right thigh, send your right leg nice and long, and then bring it back in, grab that right thigh. Let go of your left thigh, send your left leg out nice and long, and then bring it back in. Nice. Get a little extra lift in the chest, and then stretch both legs out nice and long. Beautiful. See if you can release your grab from your thighs. Hold that position for 1 second. Nice. And then bend your knees, curl your tailbone under, roll your way down to the ground. Lovely. Give a second to just let your body settle in, snuggle your shoulders, fix up your tailbone, make sure everything feels good. And then we're going to take it right into a supine twist. Right knee is going to come into your chest. Left leg is going to extend nice and long. Take that right knee over to the left, over and across the body. Let your right arm open out nice and wide. Turn your head to the right. And then once you found yourself into that shape, tune back into your breath. Can you let your awareness find your right side ribs, noticing that gentle movement of your breath? Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, pull your right knee into your chest, bring the left knee into meet, give a little squeeze, and then hold on to your left knee, send your right leg nice and long, supine twist to the other side. Left knee comes over and across the body. Left arm opens wide, turn your head to the left. And then once you've found yourself into a shape that feels good to you, notice your breath. And then can you let your breath awareness find the left side ribs? Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, pull the left knee into the chest, bring the right knee into meet. Both knees come into the chest. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. Awesome. And then we're going to take those knees and draw them in circles, go in one direction. And then take your knees and draw them in circles, go the other way. Nice. Take one more little circle of those knees and then send your feet up towards the ceiling. Think legs up the wall. We're going to inhale, pull the toes in towards the chest, and then exhale, push the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull the toes in. Exhale, point the toes away. Inhale, pull the toes in. Exhale, point the toes away. And then soften your feet, find a neutral position, and then just give your legs a nice little gentle shake. Give them a good shaking out. Let the ankles be soft and loose. Let the toes be a little soft and loose. Let your calf muscles sort of jiggle on the bones. Let your thigh muscles sort of jiggle on the bones. Let everything get a nice little gentle shake out. And then once you feel like your legs are nice and jelly, float your feet back down to the ground and pause just for a moment to notice. Take a nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then start to find your way into your version of Shavasana that works best for you. Maybe constructive rest, maybe reclined cobbler's pose, maybe that more traditional shape, or any shape that feels good to you and allows you to find a little stillness in your body. Take a moment to tune in, work out any of those last little wiggles, make sure everything feels like it's in a good and comfortable position. And then maybe your eyes close down or you soften your gaze. Allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Backs of the ribs are soft and heavy into the earth. A nice soft heaviness in your arms. A softness in your palms and fingers. A nice soft heaviness in your legs. And a softness in the soles of your feet and your toes. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like or your body wants you to. But if you feel called to do so, gently start to reawaken your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe turn your head a little bit side to side. Start to notice your breath. Invite any other gentle movement back into your body that feels good. And if it feels really good, take a big good morning stretch like a yawn and just find a whole bunch of length in your body. Reach from your fingers to your toes. Take a nice big deep breath back in. Find a little softness on your exhale. And then slowly start to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Nice. And then take a second to just kind of wiggle yourself into a nice comfortable seat. And then once you feel like you're there, let your eyelids soften down. Take your left hand, reach across, find your right ribs, fan your fingers out. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. 2 more breaths here, just noticing the movement underneath your hand. Nice. And then release that hand and take it to the other side. Right hand's going to reach across. Find the left ribs, fan your fingers out, close your eyes down. Nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more breaths here and just notice the movement underneath your hand. Awesome. And then when you're ready, releasing your grab, bring both hands together at heart center and Anjali Mudra and bow your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for the time that you take to take care of yourself. Breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone else you see. Gently lift up to the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you, beautiful people.